Hi, this is Jason with Violator Comics Collectibles coming at you with another toy review. And this time we're taking a look at the Star Wars The Last Jedi Yoda figure. And this is the 3 3/4 inch figure from the Star Wars The Last Jedi toy line from Hasbro from 2017. So the first thing we're going to do is take a closer look at the packaging. So taking a look at the packaging, pretty standard packaging for the Star Wars The Last Jedi toy line. We have the nice white background with the red Star Wars logo, so it's got that white with red, which looks really good. You can see Yoda in the background in all his glory. You know, each of the individual packages, whichever the character is, they actually have that character on the package. There's not like one specific character like The Force Awakens had, every package had Kylo Ren on it. You know, the Episode 1 had Darth Maul on it. It's not like that with this toy line. They all have their own individual pictures. You can see the figure in the nice bubble, and you can see the Force Link logo because this has that Force Link feature, which we'll show a little bit later. And then going on to the back, basically it just says, you know, Star Wars logo. It kind of talks about the Force Link, and then it gives a, you know, a picture of the character you're getting with the Force Link and how it works. Basically one big ad for the Force Link device. It's kind of bland as far as the back of the packaging. I kind of wish they showed a couple more toys in the toy line other than just trying to sell this one big gimmick point. But, you know, I do like the white on red. I think that looks good. But let's get this guy opened up. Alright, so getting Yoda out of package, really nice looking sculpt when it comes to Yoda. This is actually one of my more favorite Yodas that I can remember. I mean, it looks really good. Now, you know, I'm not sure if this is Attack of the Clones or Revenge of the Sith. I think it's Revenge of the Sith, but I mean, overall the mold looks really, really good. He comes with 2 accessories. He's got his lightsaber, which is detailed very, very nicely for how tiny it is, as well as his little walking cane, which is really, really cool. Articulation, his head is actually the ball joint attached to it. So he's got a ball joint head, his arms move up and down, you know, both his arms move up and down. He actually turns at the waist, which is actually pretty cool. And then obviously he doesn't have any leg articulation, but his feet can move. So technically, based on that, if you count the feet, he has one more point of articulation than most of the other figures in the toy line for The Last Jedi. But looks really good. Let's take a closer look at each section. Here we have that face sculpt of Yoda, and like I said, it looks really good. They did a great job with it. You know, going onto the back, you can see the hair and stuff. It's hard to even film this figure because of how tiny it is. I mean, this guy is tiny. Now, it's a 3 3/4 inch figure in scale, but it's not actually 3 3/4 inches. I mean, if this is like 1.5 inches to 2 inches, I'd be shocked. Here you can see his midsection. You can see that waist articulation. His cloak, the middle section can come off, but it looks stupid if you were to do that because his arms are painted in the color of the cloak, so it wouldn't fit right. But you can see that detail in his lightsaber. Now, it is kind of hard to have him hold it because it does pop off pretty easy. But he's even got that little piece of his lightsaber that sticks up onto the blade. You can actually see that, which is really cool. And then his staff is almost like a ball joint. If you pop it in just right, you can get him to hold it. Other than that, it's pretty loose. Feet look really good. Like I said, they actually are articulated. And if you turn it on the bottom, you can actually see it has that Force Link logo, letting you know it does have the Force Link feature. And if you go onto the back, the cloak looks, pretty decent for the most part. You can see, the molding in the upper part of the cloak is really good. But let's take a look at the Force Link. So as I mentioned, this does have the Force Link. It's not one of my most favorite devices. I don't think it works really well for what it is. I've had kids try it, adults try it. It doesn't seem to work. My biggest comment is people saying that I'm using it wrong, that it's like only a kid can use it. We've had kids try and use it. It doesn't work. We've actually tried to take it back, thinking something was wrong with it, and actually the local toy store, Toys R Us, actually said that a lot of people have been trying to return it because they think something's wrong with it. But this is the Force Link device. You would tap to turn it on. If it decides to turn on, there we go. Come on. There we go. And then you'd be wearing it, but we're not going to get better responses if you just tap it.
Judge me by my size, do you?
Come on.
Use the Force.
You're supposed to move it, and he does stuff, but see how
Destroy. We must. Judge me by my size, do you? Use the Force.
try and get it to
Destroy the Sith. We must. Judge me by my size, do you?
So you can kind of get an idea. You can get an idea of the sound. He actually sounds good. Most of the other figures in the toy line don't sound good at all. C-3PO sounds good. Obviously, this Yoda does sound good. Chewbacca sounds good, and then the masked Kylo Ren that comes with the Force Link sounds good. He has sayings from several different movies, which is pretty cool. So it kind of spans everything. But overall, as far as the quality of sound, I think they did a good job with this guy. And for size and person, here we have Yoda next to two other figures in the Last Jedi toy line. We have the Luke Skywalker, and then we have the Jedi training Rey. And I would assume that they released this toy in this toy line because Yoda will make an appearance as a Force ghost. I would assume they also have an Obi-Wan Kenobi as well in his older form. So I'm assuming that that's what it's going to be. But you never know with Star Wars that they'll release toys from all kinds of different things. The Force Awakens had stuff from Rebels release and all kinds of stuff. So you never really know, but I would like to hope that we're going to see Yoda again back on screen as a Force ghost. He's one of the most iconic and popular characters, and I think it'd be really cool to see him again. But a really cool toy, like I said, you could see the size difference. I mean, I think they did a great job with the size of what he would be, and the detailing for that tiny figure is great. And the Force Link actually sounds good with this figure, so I definitely enjoy this guy and strongly recommend this Yoda and this mold of Yoda. But once again, this has been Jason with Violator Comics Collectibles. Any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. If you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and I'll see you guys next time.